So I know I look crazy, but I kind of stuck the camera up and I want to talk about a few things, um, where I've been and why I haven't been posting, even though I kept saying I'm gonna post, I'm gonna post. I, all in all, I think I've had a pretty good year. I've had my ups and downs, like, a regular person. But November hit the hardest for me. Um, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, my real ones, I'm gonna say it here because I don't feel really. I feel safer on here than I do on TikTok at the moment, even though my larger following, like, I don't care who sees this, right? November was one of my hardest years, one of my hardest months this year. I had a lot going on mentally and emotionally, and I was still trying to be very present online. Maybe not on YouTube, but I was very much trying to be present on TikTok to keep my mind off everything, to keep pushing. And I tried. I filmed or started to film YouTube videos after YouTube video, and I just couldn't do it. Editing those back, it just felt like I was looking at a empty pit of myself, and I never wanted to do that. I don't want to post shit like that. November, where to start, honestly. You know what, I'm not gonna. Family member had some health issues at the start of November, and it was very scary. They'd never had any sort of health issues before. They're fine now. So that was a hurdle I had to overcome at the start of the month. And then another hurdle, like, once I got over that, then I was okay. This is going back to November. Then about a week or two after that, my mother, who I've cut off all contact, came to stay or live, whatever you want to call it. So she was under the same roof as me, and I was trying to navigate through that, which was rough. It was really hard. I'm not gonna cry. It was a lot for me. I've got a lot of feelings towards her, about how I feel, how she acted, all this stuff, right? Okay, so trying to unpack that and seeing her again, and actually kind of, which leads me into the next thing, but seeing her again, it kind of made me feel like I was, like, when I was a teenager, which put me in a very bad mindset. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who don't or do not know, I live with my grandparents, and they've protected me for the last 5 years of my life, and I'm forever grateful for them. They did speak with me about it, and I thought I was ready, and I thought I was comfortable. Quickly it turned into, I'm built up so much anger that I can't actually express how disgustedly angry I am at her. She still had no contact with me. We sit for family dinners, and still a bit of eye contact, but no talking, which that mentally fucks up a person. If you say it doesn't, that's fine, whatever. Quickly after that happened, I was spiraling. Yep, this was in the middle of November, and I was quite literally ready. Okay, trigger warning. If you don't want to listen to this, you might want to just skip ahead a little bit. I was ready to not be here in December. I was thinking about all the things, and if it was easier to keep me I was thinking about what was keeping me on this earth. And if I was going to essentially, you know, and I struggled with that for about a week. I was so ready not to be here in December, and now here I am, not to go into 2025 and I pushed through. Because I was talking to a friend about it, like how I was feeling, and he was like, Lacey, you know, you've got to think about it as, you know, it would hurt your loved ones the most if you were no longer here. You don't want to tarnish all their happy memories that they've got with you. You don't want to tarnish that and punish them by leaving. So I pushed through. November was one of the challenging months this year, and I never said a word to anyone past my family, and I struggled for a while. You know, I was getting comments all the time on TikTok when I was, you know, I was going live on TikTok, and people are like, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. And every day I struggled. I was like, don't do it, Lacey, because your loved ones are going to be really hurt if you do this. You know, I sat with myself hours on end, thinking in my head about how I was going to do it, how I was going to say goodbye, or, you know, just to move on. And you know, I was like, you know, if I wasn't around, then people around me wouldn't have these connections and they could get on with their lives, and maybe their lives would be better. But then I thought, you know, it's okay, Lacey, because you are loved, you are worthy, and, you know, you can't tarnish their happy memories. You know, I thought about it because my family is my world. You know, my grandparents, they're getting older. They're not old, but they're getting older. And I don't want their last years remembering, you know, and my siblings, I don't want them to grow up without a sister. Anyway, okay, put yourself together. Sorry guys, it's just really hard for me to talk about. Anyway, and surprisingly, after all that, November still wasn't over, and we had my brother come to stay with us. Like, I was feeling better at this point. I was getting better every day. I had to sit with my thoughts, be like, okay, Lacey, like, you're okay, everything's gonna be okay, like, you know. And then my brother, who I haven't spoken to since the start of the year, came here. You know, and I hadn't seen him since we'd had an argument and had a fight and all that stuff, and I'd blocked him on, like, all social media. Like, he couldn't contact me, righty-righty-rup. And that was also hard. Like, it was awkward, knowing that, like, he's got a relationship with my mum, our mum, and stuff like that. Like, it's challenging, right? And so after the really hellish November month, we now go into December. Also, I forgot to mention that at the end of November, after I'd gotten through all of that, right, all the hurdles I could possibly get through, a couple days before December, like a week before, so it was probably like the end of November, also, we found out that my pop had to have surgery the 2nd of December. And so we were struggling with that. Like, it was a very invasive surgery, and was going to take him at least minimum of like 2 months to heal. And he's very old-fashioned. He's the type of guy that can't sit down, can't sit still, like, hates it with a passion. And we also knew that his mind mentally, okay, I'm not gonna keep it together. In his mind, because he was supposed to have this surgery like 2 and a bit years ago, and even then, or when anytime he has surgery, he is convinced he is going to die on the operating table. So it's just a lot, right? I was thinking the worst case scenario, you know, he's going to go through the surgery, and I knew he was going to be fine, but at the same time, it's like, I've got to think about, I don't have to, but I've got to think about, like, what happens if it happens. And so I was struggling with that. It's just been a rough month, right? It's been a week and a bit, it's been 10 days actually since he's had surgery, and he's recovered really well. Everything's fine. He's struggling a bit to sit still, and he's driving my nana bonkers, but he's doing really well. But yeah, no. Wow, I actually feel like 10 pounds lighter. Letting all this out, actually. I've been struggling, guys, and I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I've just had one hell of an ending of the year, and I need the year to be over. And, you know, we're 12 days into December now when I'm filming, and I'll probably release this today. But I've been going through it. Things have been rough. There's so much more I can unpack, but I'm going to keep it for another video. Or if you guys have any questions, I don't know, comment them down below. I know it kind of seems like an abrupt ending to this video, but I needed to express how I was feeling and how I've been feeling. I'm going to try, hopefully the next video is a Christmas something themed video. This is my first Christmas on YouTube, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm so sorry for the crying, and then, like, what are you doing, Lacey? Sometimes I overshare, and I know I probably shouldn't have, but my platform isn't also as big on here as it is on TikTok, so I feel like I'm kind of safe. Thanks for listening to me rant, guys. This kind of was a rant. It was kind of like therapy. Getting it off my chest and what's been going on and how I've been feeling and why I've been so absent, because to tell you the truth, like, I feel like I don't know if I said it, but I've been filming YouTube videos. I just haven't been happy to post them because I just feel so empty and so lost, and it's a crazy world out there trying to navigate through all this crap that is my life, you know, and trying to find the mental capacity to film or even to edit is getting beyond me. like I said, and I've said it a million times, getting in front of a camera is never the problem. It's the editing process that really is the suck. Like, it sucks all the life out of me. And when you've got nothing left to give mentally or physically or emotionally, it's just not worth it. But with that being said, all that crap that I had going on, it is coming out the other end of it, which is why I also now feel ready to open up and share with you guys what I've been dealing with the last like month. So yeah, as always guys, thank you for bearing with me through this time. I'm going to try and get better at posting. I'm aiming for every 2 weeks, which is only, I know, twice a month, but if I can at least manage that for a couple of months, at least then I feel like I'll be doing something good. But yeah, please give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so you guys never miss an upload. Once again, thank you for letting me rant, and I will talk to you guys in the next YouTube video. Bye guys.